All right, hello and welcome. How's it going? This is Yasir Khan, and today I was out running some errands for the family, and I just decided that I have a little bit of free time right now, so why not make a video right here, right now, in my beautiful Honda Accord. Okay, so that's what I decided to do. In this particular video, we will talk about how to use debt to make you rich. Okay, now what most people do is they work hard for their money, and then they try to save as much of it as they can, and then they use it to buy something, like a car or a house or whatever it might be. Here's the issue with that approach. In 1971, the US changed their currency, okay, and so that it was not backed by gold or silver anymore. This is very important to understand, even if you're not in the US, okay, because the US is by far the most powerful country in the world, and whatever policies they follow, the rest of the world kind of copies those policies to stay in line with the global economy, if you will. Okay, so once again, in 1971, the US stopped backing up its dollars with gold or silver, okay, which meant that because the control had gone away, they could print as many dollars as they possibly could, right? Because you don't have to hold a certain amount of gold for every dollar that you print. So when that control is removed, you can print billions of dollars, as many as you like, and put those dollars into the economy. Now, here's the problem. Before 1971, money was actually money, right? US dollar was actually money in the strictest sense of the word. Once they severed this link between the US dollar and gold or silver, the money became currency, okay? Which meant that the US government could print as many dollars as it wants. In the time that I started talking in this video, probably tens of millions of dollars have been created by the US printing press, okay? And there's virtually nothing backing up those dollars. Here's why this is important. Because they have done this, money has stopped being money and it is now debt, okay? It is debt. I wouldn't want to go too much into the details as to why money is not money, but please understand that when you can print something on a piece of paper and when you can print billions of pieces of it, then the value of that particular dollar or whatever it is, it goes down dramatically, right? You need to understand this, because if the government is printing millions of dollars every single day, does it really make sense for you to save those dollars? Of course not, right? Now you could say, well, my family has been doing this for like generations and generations, and I get that. Before 1971, it was the right thing to do. But now, even if you keep on saving money, please understand that money isn't money anymore. And because the US has switched their monetary system, the entire world has copied the US and done the same thing. I am from Pakistan. The Pakistani rupee is the same. The government of Pakistan, the Central Bank of Pakistan, keeps printing millions of rupees every day because they can, because there is no control. They don't have to back it with gold and silver. Okay? So the entire monetary system around the world is based on debt and not money. Okay? This is very important to understand. Guys, it is debt. It is not money. So when you think you're saving money, you're saving debt. I know it sounds really weird and messed up, but it is the truth. Okay? The second thing to understand is that instead of saving money, you can borrow money and buy an investment from it. This is especially the case if you're in US and Canada, but it can be applicable in other countries around the world too. Why? Because especially in real estate, the banks give you a loan, so you don't have to pay 100% on the house. In fact, there aren't more than 2% of the people who have fully paid for a house in a certain city. Here's how it works. Let's assume that you like a $100,000 house, okay? You want it as an investment property, which means that you want to buy it and then rent it out to a tenant, right? So that you can make money off of the cash flow that comes in because of the rent, okay? So if the house is $100,000, in US and Canada, you only have to put down, like $5,000 to like $20,000, and then borrow the rest from a bank. It's called a mortgage. Okay? The banking system wants you to borrow money because, once again, the entire system is debt-based. It's not money-based. This is a common misconception. Okay? You're not earning money. It's not money anymore. After 1971, it is debt. It's currency. Okay? So you buy the house by paying anywhere between $5,000 to $20,000 and you get a mortgage on it, and then you rent it out to someone who's going to pay your mortgage and pay you a little extra to stay in that house as a tenant. Over time, the price of the house will increase because of inflation, okay? Because of demand if you bought it in the right place, and because more people are coming into this world, right? The population of the world is increasing. They have to live somewhere. And also because real estate is a basic need. It all comes down to a simple fact. There are two types of debt. Two. One is good debt and the other one is bad debt. As human beings, we are conditioned to borrow bad debt. Okay? We take out these loans to buy these fancy cars. The moment we drive them off the lot, they go down in price. Okay? We buy these fancy plasma, I don't know, like high quality definition TVs, 65 inches, Xboxes, PS4s, all of those are good. But these are all bad debts. If you are borrowing money to buy this kind of stuff, then you are incurring bad debt, and that will make you poorer. On the other hand, if you get a mortgage on an investment property and you rent it out, that is good debt. And the system directly helps you out. Because they want you to get into debt, but not the debt that other people think of. Okay, most people say, well, I don't want to get into debt because how am I going to pay off all that money? Whenever someone says that, more likely than not, they're talking about bad debt. Okay, if you're borrowing money for good debt, you will only get richer, right? Let's assume that you can borrow at 3% and you can invest somewhere which is going to give you 20% return. Won't that make you rich? Won't that increase your net worth? Of course it will, but it's still debt that you're taking on. So the point to understand is that if society is doing something a certain way, it doesn't mean that you have to do it. Right? Please think for your own self. If you do a little bit of research about the monetary system around the world, you will understand that people who are saving money are actually getting into trouble because their money is eaten away by inflation and all these other forces. Inflation, taxes, lack of leverage. On the other hand, the few people, not more than 2 or 3% of the population, who understand how this system works, they're using debt to buy assets. This is exactly what I do. Okay, I hope this was easy to understand. So remember, whenever you look inside your wallet, open up your wallet right now and look inside for currency, okay? And understand that it is a piece of paper or a piece of plastic, whatever it is. Okay, in Canada, Canadian dollars, I might have some here. This is a Canadian dollar. 20 Canadian dollars, right? This is currency. It is not money. All right, there's a big difference between the two. In Pakistan, I think they still use paper for Pakistani rupees. But once again, it's currency, it's not money. You need to understand what money is and what currency is. Over time, every single currency in the history of time has gone down to zero, which means that in the future the same thing is going to happen as well. So currencies will not help you at all, but money will, okay? And you create money by using an asset which keeps paying you higher and higher returns in income year over year, okay? Good debt versus bad debt, people, all right? Thank you. I hope this video helped. I just realized it went a little over 10 minutes, but I just wanted to make sure that you understand this concept. I know it's not the easiest concept to understand, but once you understand it, wonderful things are going to happen for you. Thank you guys, and yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Take care.